Check it out. My ESC fan stopped working. I actually did a bash session at a skate park the other day, and I was just in here tonight taking a look over my vehicle, and check it out. Now my ESC fan is done for. Hey, what's going on everybody? East Tactics here, and I want to come at you with a quick video in regards to a little repair that I'm going to try on my fan. As you can see right here, I've taken off the top section of my BLX 185 ESC, and I've removed my fan because, well, my fan stopped working again. This is actually the second fan that I've owned for the RC car. I went ahead and just picked up the stock Arrma 35mm fan off of Amazon. It was like 11 bucks. So nothing special about this fan. Again, it's just the stock fan. Well, I had another bash session at a concrete skate park. And as you know, when you are bashing at a skate park, you experience some really hard landings on the ground where the hard smack can damage your electronics. I'm finding that the fan is, or the fans themselves, so even the fans that you might have on your motor or the fan on your ESC, are more susceptible to damage. So I do have on the way an upgraded fan system for both my ESC as well as my motor. I'm going to be installing a much higher quality setup. I will be getting rid of this heat sink, getting a new heat sink put on with a really cool fan setup. Here's a picture of the fan system that I'll be installing, and once I've tested it, I will relay to you guys like its durability, its power, how well it cools the motor and the ESC. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I thought I would take a close look at these stock fans, and I determined what's actually going on, or what's wrong with the fan. And what it is if you look closely, you can see there's like this little nail that goes through, and it actually goes all the way through to the other side. And if you take something like my hex head here and you push on right here, you'll notice that that goes in and out. See that? Well, what's happening when your fan kind of breaks, or at least what happened with mine, and it's probably the most common breakage that people are experiencing, is this. When you actually look inside here, you'll notice that there is a special inlet for that little silver head in the middle there to pop into and seat itself inside. So what you do is you basically put it back on, and then you take your fingernail or something, between using the edge of my fingernail and pushing on it, I can actually force that thing back by pushing really hard in there. And so now if I try to take this off, it's on there pretty tight, like it's holding, because basically what I've done is I've pushed it back into that seating. Now, there was a sticker that was on here that I pulled off to basically see this, and what's interesting is I don't know why there is a gap between the floor or the bottom of the fan and this, like allowing that piece to basically fall out in essence. And so I was thinking, I actually have extra of these screws that you use for the 4 corners. I've got 8 of them now, and I can use this one as a spare. I noticed this little thing fits in here perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Dremel, and I'm going to Dremel off the shaft and keep this little tiny head, and I'm going to actually put that in there, and then I'm going to put the sticker back over this. And what that's going to do is it's going to prevent that thing from falling down ever again. And so that's the little technique I'm going to test out here and see if that works. So basically, I'm going to take my Dremel and we're going to Dremel off the shaft, and hopefully in the process I don't lose this little head. So oh, by the way guys, I finally got the warranted Savox SW1210SG back from Savox, and you know what that means. I can finally install this again and work on making that video for installing the external BEC, which is going to pump up that servo to higher voltage. Something I've been talking about doing forever, but then when I went to go do it, my servo went out on me, and I've been kind of stuck. So we'll keep an eye out, and I'll get that BEC installed so you guys can see the difference between 7.4 volts and the 6 volts that the stock ESC. So I'm going to set this thing right there, and maybe there's a small chance that I will capture this thing if it falls, just in case. All right. Well, look at that. Ooh, that thing is toasty. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this little thing in right there. And then I'm going to put a piece of my electrical tape over that and see if she still works. Okay, then we're going to stick this thing on like so. And now let's check to make sure it still works. So again, the idea of that little metal piece in there is just to prevent it from falling down again. I did pop it back into its proper seating, which I think is just the way it was stock. But the idea is to put this thing back in better than what it was, right? So there you go. It seems to be spinning fine. And now I want to show you something else I did. I went in and I actually cut off the pieces right here. This whole, like, it connects from like right there and it goes across right here. And I don't know, I just find it pointless to keep it, because now if ever I have to remove this cap or this cover, I don't have to unplug my wire terminals and fish them out of these 3 holes. I can just basically take my fan, stick it back in here. Obviously fans are pretty fragile, and you know, you might find yourself breaking them a lot especially if you're bashing on like concrete and things like that all the time. So why not have quicker and easier access, right? So now I can just put this thing back in like that. I don't have to worry about disconnecting these, disconnecting my zip tie that I keep right here to prevent these from moving, and you know, you're good to go. So let's go ahead and get this screwed back in and call it a day. So if you do break your fan, or you find that your fan's not working, that's probably why. I mean, there could be other things that go wrong with it. And taking, again, when you buy one of these stock fans from Arrma, they come with 4 of these. So you have an additional 4. So I had an extra one of these, and they happen to have just the right size small head for this little project. So try this little mod, see if you can, you know, at least extend the life of your fan. If it ends up breaking or stops working again after a bash, then pick up a new fan from either Arrma, or you can buy like a 10-pack of these fans from AliExpress for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks, and have a pack of 10 of them. I'll leave a link to the that 10-pack of fans. I'll also leave a link to the stock Arrma fan, as well as just so you guys know, again, I'm going to be installing a much higher quality, high-end custom fan setup for both my motor and my ESC. And once I've tested it and got it basically installed, I will give you guys all the information on it as well. I'm really excited about it, so stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, just another mod idea from East Tactics. I appreciate you watching my videos. Check out the links, all the different links in my description, which will basically just lead you to a really easy access list of quality parts for your Arrma products. That's all in the description. And if you guys really appreciate my content, you know, check out my Patreon page and, you know, send a little bit of love my way. I do like to take care of my Patreons, so check that out. East Tactics, out.